Good evening and welcome to another episode of Gamehater, the show where we play the worst games we could find, or maybe not. I'm Steve, Aaron is with me.
Hello, everyone.
So, as anyone who has talked to me in the past week has learned, I got a pretty good deal on Oculus Rift. So, figured, of course, I would want to play a VR game this week. And there's a lot of freebies out there. I researched this one a little bit more than I'm willing to admit because excitement took over. So we have Herobound Spirit Champion. It was originally, I think, a Samsung VR game, and was one of the bullshit plug your phone into a headset kind of VR things.
And just to dispel any notion, I am not actually inside this headset with him, so I am seeing the same thing that everyone else is seeing. So he'll be judging the game from actually playing it in full virtual reality, whereas I'll be judging it, just based off what I can see, which is the same thing everyone else can see.
Right, which is good because it's nice to grade the game on its own merits and not just how awesome I feel about the VR. So it's good to have someone without the headset to keep things grounded.
Right. Just one thing I'm going to point out on our stream overlay right now, we still have the Skype window still showing up on the
Oh,
corner there.
okay, I'll fix that.
Not sure if you can get rid of that with the way you're streaming. All right, that did the trick.
Okay, good. Sorry about that, guys. You can cover it with a logo or something. Um, okay, let's jump in.
Let's do it.
I can figure out which button that is. You awake there, Xbox controller. There we go. So we can be a troll man or a troll girl.
Oh, wow. I think we go with the troll girl. I mean, if you're gonna be in virtual reality, you ought to have boobs for it.
It's true, and she has a much better sense of style.
Oh, definitely.
Long ago, before life or land existed. Kind of a little puppet theater.
They're expecting you to actually read things out loud in virtual reality.
It's usually the games I've played. It's been the opposite, where they don't have subtitles, but they do have voice acting.
Five spirits descended upon our world and created all where there was nothing, each to their own power.
I do love how the keyword is in a separate color. That is well in keeping with being a Zelda clone.
Right. Zelda loves doing that.
Yeah, a little too much.
The spirit of fire formed the molten core of our world. The spirit of air, the wind and skies. The spirit of water, the waves and sea.
No way.
These are all very predictable.
Yeah, the dirt and wood.
The spirit of earth, the dirt and wood.
So that leaves
I
the spirit of heart. Is that the last one?
Yeah,
Sweet,
I feel like
sweet
we're
love making in
playing.
life.
It's like we're playing Battle Block Theater without a sense of humor.
Right.
And finally, the spirit of heart, the creatures of land, air, and sea.
I, I I do enjoy the puppet show. It looks pretty good in 3D.
Oh yeah, does it? I imagine it probably would.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a lot like 3DS 3D.
But the spirit of fire grew unhappy. His realm was one of pressure and pain. The others had realms of beauty. I gotta say, I am doing amazingly good at reading this, even though the screen is shaking everywhere.
Try to hold still better. When I
He
talk, the camera
envied them.
moves.
Leave it to fire to ruin everything. And so the spirit of fire made war on the other realms, one by one.
Is that pair of decidueyes back there?
I don't
Ripping
know.
off
That's like
Pokemon.
the bears with knives and guns, though.
Yeah. All right. And Hero Bound Bear traps you.
Each spirit was defeated, and their powers were harnessed by the fire spirit to raise a champion to rule over each domain. But there was still hope. Was there? Are we sure there was hope? I mean, I'm
Doesn't
not.
sound
I'm
right.
sensing it. Oh, the spirit of life, with no domain to conquer, was spared the
Uh,
spirit's wrath. You're like,
well,
oh,
I guess.
I didn't have a room, and you didn't see me complaining. The spirit of life sought a champion, a hero to free the others and restore the balance.
Okay, here we go. We're in the room now.
And we get the floating head. Is that what's happening?
Yes, I seem to be the floating head, the god of the world, a silent observer. All right, let's find some text. Greetings, hero. Sorry, I did not mean to startle you. I am the spirit of life. You shall be visited by 3 spirits tonight. I have chosen you to restore the balance of this land. In order for any hero to be successful on their quest, they need heart. There's some hearts. You got the artifact of life. This gives
Oh,
you
cool.
the heart that every hero needs. Seek out the corrupted stone golem in the forest temple. He holds the spirit of earth captive.
So this is already like really weird. The fact that we have to look up to see a dialogue box.
Yeah, you have to find it. This is actually really unusual. You know, every game I've played so far has been a first person perspective, but actually controlling a character with a joystick is I don't want to do that. Is new.
Yeah, it seems sort of counterintuitive. Like if you're to play something in VR, you would expect to be playing it in first person.
Yeah. I'm not entirely opposed. There's a dodge roll. I mean she can get off screen and that's terrible.
Yeah.
I was expecting this to be more like a 3DS experience, but I do, with thanks to the Gamehiker sensory deprivation chamber, I do feel like I'm standing in a corner watching her run around. So that's kind of
Yeah.
nice.
I imagine it does make you feel like more like you're in the game, but
Yeah. It,
it makes you wonder like and I'll probably find this out, like how does this game stand up when, if you take away the virtual reality?
right, right, absolutely. All right, she had words to say. Have you seen vines grew over the entrance to the whatever? I
I like
found the
that you just walk
vines.
away.
She's got a plus. That usually means something. If you're ever feeling under the weather, come see me for a pick me up. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. We know
Spirit
how we
of
know what you mean there.
life indeed. Let's go stomp on some vegetables. That's heroic. Got a little obelisk. Ooh, they even called it an obelisk. Okay, quick travel. There's my sword.
Yep, gotta have that.
Yep, taking it.
Wow, that was pretty quick. Wow, this game's already better than a Zelda game. It's not even bothering you with all the mess you have to go through to get a sword.
Right. Exploring caves, proving your worth, fighting a dude, sword training, changing out of your pajamas.
Yeah. And it's like 3 hours later, like, oh yeah, there's also an adventure you can play too.
Right. But first, help this cat find a bowl of milk.
I feel so uncomfortable with having caves where it's a big yellow glowing light instead of just dark black.
Yeah, it's the exact opposite of what caves should be. You look different today, almost heroic. That's the sword. Also, the lack of listening to anything anyone says. Okay, so I can buy new moves. I'm on board. Obligatory sword training.
All right, looks like you get that out of the way.
Yep, I'm trained. Ooh, a menu.
Wow, you can get rupees in this game.
Yeah.
Not even being subtle.
That's how you sell copies. It was weird. This one, I don't know if it's always free, but it was free today. Surely there's somewhere I want to go. Maybe it's free for Rift and paid for the other thing. I don't know.
Yeah, possible. Doesn't seem like jumping up there does you much good.
Oh, just trying to figure out where the invisible walls are. Really. Mhm.
Yeah, it's like our entire plot's already stalled.
Yeah. All right. Did you have something important to say? You're not going to repeat yourself. She's like, bitch, I'm not talking to you twice. How unpleasant is it for me to be moving the camera around with my face to an outside observer?
I mean, it's unnatural. Like you don't watch a game like this just because like you expect kind of a stationary camera, except when you're actually panning on purpose.
Right.
But it's not terrible,
Okay. Good.
and it's important just to know that you actually are playing virtual reality and not just a subpar Zelda clone.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I hope that. Oh, I can cut through vines, of course. Thank you for cluing me into the thing I figured out as you were talking.
And
Um.
she's following you like, "Hey, did you know you can cut vines?"
Come back, vines. Well, yeah. What was I gonna say?
What?
That trees can walk. I did not know that. I hope that the virtual reality is not the saving grace of this game. It's always nice when games are just good.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like well, like whenever you have like a new gimmick for like any kind of thing. You're always gonna have something where they're always wanting to, focus solely on that and think that's enough to save a game. Like we saw that when the Wii came out and it was all
mhm.
motion controlled. Saw that with the DS when it was all about the stylus. And it takes a while for people to realize, you can have this new tool to assist the game and not
Right.
necessarily, wrap the entire game around that tool.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be the game. It's an interface mechanism. Hey, baby.
That is terrifying.
It really is.
So do you have
Um,
any other way to manipulate the camera, like besides, moving your head around?
no, it's all tied to my eyeballs. Not even
Okay,
my
'cause, like
eyeballs, my neck.
I guess it like on a game like this, you'd want to be able to zoom in and so forth.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It's weird, right? Because they do put things in awkward spots. Maybe they
Well, yeah,
expect
like
people to
I'd
be standing
assume
up.
you could be like turn around completely and see behind you, but
Right. So I'm currently in my swivel chair. 'Cause ooh, a map. Can't go that
wow,
way. Can't go that
what a
way.
detailed map.
Yeah.
You didn't get anything on this screen, so what good did this do for
Yeah.
you?
I just saw that there's something I need to break to make any progress. Ooh, another
Oh,
one.
here's another vine.
Do I get a jump attack? No, no jump attack. Man,
Man, Link is all about the jump attacks.
that's his favorite move. This dude's got. I will kill him and take his bow.
I've been trying to hit that gem all day. Why don't you give it a try?
Cool. I do equip. Oh man, I have to aim with my eyes. This is gonna go into first person. No, I move the reticle.
Okay, this is kind of silly.
That's kind of weird. Yeah.
At the very least, they could just make it go first person temporarily for this.
Right. Yeah, that's an odd choice. Digging the statue. All right, I had to actually walk.
So
Ooh,
apparently, you're
look
just
at
gonna have like
that
a
hidden
permanent
rupees.
reticle.
I'm sorry. What'd you say? I was distracted.
You're just gonna have like a permanent reticle now, just like on your screen forever.
I guess unless I unequip the bow, maybe that will make it go away. Can I murder a crow? Oh, come on.
It'd be a
Every
murder of crows.
it would be. Um, every game I've played so far, I have tried to murder the innocent creatures.
And we got slimes.
Yeah,
Oh wow, we're actually fighting something already, and we're only like 10 minutes in.
yeah. That's really good for a Zelda game.
Yeah,
Got some rain action.
there's only been like 3 Zelda games I've played where you get to kill enemies that fast, and that's the first 2 Zeldas and Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, yeah. Even the link to the link to the past and link between worlds, they make you go through some crap before you get to start with the murder rating
Yeah,
over there.
Like, oh, you got to talk to your dead uncle before you can have a sword.
There's only one sword in the family, and you have to strip it from your uncle's corpse. Oh, these guys respawn fast. Hey, come on, man. Where's my bow? So I do actually have to draw my bow to get the targeting.
Oh, okay, that makes more
That is
sense.
wildly impractical
Yeah,
in the
you just
midst of
kill him with your
combat.
sword.
Yeah, the bow's not worth it. And rupees appeared out of nowhere.
As rupees naturally do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's a hidden path. I'm just gonna take in the scenery for a moment.
Wow, look at that.
Look at those trees, that draw distance.
It's incredible.
Oh, got a fast travel obelisk. That's cool. They turn to. I like
That's
that.
kind of neat. We really haven't gone that far though to really justify having a fast travel,
No,
which makes you wonder how small is this actual game if they feel like that's a distance long enough to require
right.
an actual
Yeah.
fast travel.
At this point, it's rare to get a long VR game, just because the technology is so young, and I'm sure it's a
Yeah,
huge hassle to develop for.
although there are like so many games that like really that I've read that work really well with virtual reality, like especially like the Metroid Primes. I've heard once they get that,
Ooh,
if
yeah,
you get
yeah.
the Dolphin and you get it all configured, it works really well with
Oh, really? I didn't know someone's
Oculus
actually
Rift.
done that.
Oh yeah, I've heard that all the time. Like the one thing that makes me want to even mess with virtual reality, like forget the games. I just want to play Metroid Prime like this.
The best game I've played so far is Robo Recall. It is just freaking fantastic in every respect. It's a light gun shooter arcade game style thing.
Right?
Only virtual reality. You're just beating the shit out of robots with guns and fists and other robots. I love every second of that game.
Yeah, I imagine there's a lot of games out there that once you put the effort into it, I'm sure like virtual reality will be just a natural
Yeah,
fit for it.
yeah.
It's just
I think 2018 will be good. 2017, they're really figuring out what to do and how to make longer format games with virtual reality.
yeah,
Um,
that it's just a matter of justifying the cost because like there's so few people who even have a system
yeah,
to even justify the development cost of doing anything really that deep.
yeah, yeah. Exactly. Right now, what they're doing is convincing people to buy the headsets. That's the primary goal of designing any game. And
Yeah,
once they get past that stage,
and they're at a tough point too because like there's so many different ones out on the market right now. They're like this isn't the only one. I mean, like Sony has its own. I think Microsoft has its own, and there's a few other ones out there.
hmm it just occurred to me that the music has been off this whole time.
Oh no, that's tragic.
Now I've got a cat rubbing against my leg that I cannot see.
Oh no,
Hey, kitty. Hopefully, I won't die.
the kitty does not care that you have a headset on.
No, no, the kitty is not quite familiar. She actually kind of likes it because when I'm playing the bigger games, or the games require standing up, I'll roll my chair out of the way, which means she gets a chair. And cats love any opportunity to be stealthy.
Right.
So maybe she
It's,
realizes I can't see and is like, "Yes, my moment has come."
it's like this human doesn't is like foolish enough to cover his entire head up. He deserves everything he's gonna get.
That's right. She starts biting my toes. I won't even see it coming. Well, that was a fun fight.
Yeah. I will say gameplay wise, it does seem to play pretty competently. I'd almost say that it actually plays better than the other Zelda clone we played, which was the Ocean Horn.
Ocean, yeah, I would call this better than Ocean Horn for sure. I was really expecting Ocean Horn to be a lot better than it was.
Yeah, Ocean Horn, it just looked like it's so promising, but you got to block up there you can hit, yeah.
Yeah. throwing archers at me already. And here, dealing with them puts my character off screen. That's kind of annoying. I guess I could just get closer, but
Yeah, that's not really ideal though.
just getting past that wall, you saw I hit the railing. Okay, anything down here? No.
Yeah, so this is just like really confusing. 'Cause, like, this is a pretty decent Zelda clone. I mean, I'm not sure if I would call it one of the better ones, but it's definitely better than some of the ones we played. But at the same time, it's almost like I feel like the virtual reality is hampering it more than it's helping.
Yeah, yeah. This is not really that good of an example of virtual reality. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can always revisit another one later, but
Yeah.
yeah, for this first time doing it, it's not really conducive to the format.
No. Yeah, it's hard to put into words, but it's just like a regular game with a weird camera gimmick,
Yeah.
which maybe is what virtual reality. Oh, jeez, that was decisive. Maybe that's what virtual reality should really strive to be. But there's better ways to do it. Like the first person perspective, I think is really important for a good VR game.
Yeah, I guess don't see the point of having a VR game that is not first person.
Right.
Like, I could see maybe having like a good, adventure game that isn't necessarily in first person. Like, you could have a game
Oh,
like, something sort of like Monkey Island and have it in a VR game and, not actually be playing as Guybrush Threepwood, like first person.
right.
And I think it would work, but for a game like this, it doesn't really seem to enhance anything.
No, no, it's not really adding to the game, and the aiming is just more awkward than it otherwise would have been.
Yeah.
There's got to be a reason I'd want to take this block away. It
And I did.
raises that.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm just looking and this game isn't even available like in other formats. Like this is a perfectly serviceable game, but they've only made it available on the Oculus Rift.
Yeah, that's a little odd. There's nothing that this camera system is doing that could not be accomplished with a right joystick.
Right.
Am I supposed to be shooting fire through the?
Well, I mean, honestly, the way it's sort of set up with you, like at the very
Hmm.
like at this corner where you can't really move out of that corner, you can just look around.
Yeah,
At that point, you might as well just have a fixed camera and not even remove it.
yeah, that's true. I'm looking for some way to like douse this lava with water, and I don't see one. Yeah, you're
Okay.
right. The whole diorama box camera format would be just fine for this game.
So that when you move that block on there, it takes that gate down. But can you move that block somewhere where you can jump on top of it and get somewhere else?
Well, that's not. I was gonna see if I have a reason to care that the gate is down in a different room, and I do not. Okay,
You have a block in here though.
I do. So that block was blocking this exit.
Okay.
That doesn't really help me much. Gotta deal with this guy again. Okay. Is there anywhere like I feel like I should be able to break this and I cannot.
Yeah, I feel like that's just more for design than it is for an actual mean anything.
Right. Um
Can you look around a little bit further? Because I think that if you are able to get where that gate is, it's actually going to take you to wherever this path is.
up there,
No, right, like directly behind you.
directly behind me.
Yeah, like this whole path here. That's something we can actually do anything with. Looks like that way is blocked, and that way
Yeah,
it's probably not going to open up at all. Okay,
no,
I guess it looks like somewhere you could go, but it's not.
I think he's just giving me, as in Steve, somewhere to stand.
Yeah. Well, we wouldn't want Steve, not to have somewhere to stand. That would be awful.
No, I would be very disoriented if I was playing this game and I didn't know where my body was relative to the characters.
Right.
So, you'll forgive me, I found a button that centers the camera on my current face position, and of course I can't find a new feature without playing with it incessantly, much to the annoyance of the audience. And just trying to find something I can do. Where are you, girl? Can I knock that block? No. There's got to be a way to get onto the second level that I'm missing. There's a block down there. It is weird to have, me personally looking at enemies to aim.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's the best system.
Can you keep going down towards you? I mean, what's down there? Okay, just if you jump on it, what can you reach?
Oh, hey. I think you had that idea about
Oh.
an hour ago.
Yeah, I do believe I had that idea, and it was not something that got a lot of attention. I'm not sure why.
I just didn't think I could make the jump. Okay, so let's
Okay, so you go back
this
there and do
way.
that, yeah.
Yeah. Am I going the long way? See, I can't make the jump. The idea was stupid, and you are stupid.
Oh, I am so sorry. I did not mean to put you out like that.
Okay, there's the other portcullis. She's so slow. I wish I could go faster.
If only she had some kind of winged boots to run with.
Yeah. Something that calls to mind Hermes of Greek mythology, perhaps.
There you go. I think that would be like the perfect way of conveying speed.
But you couldn't call them the Hermes boots, of course.
No, you want to call it something, more
Stairs.
appropriate, like the flash boots.
Right. The boots of epic running. I like how my reward for walking in this room from a different door is the stairs. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
fine, you deserve it. You figured out how to progress. Have some stairs.
And more blocks to move around.
That's always a welcome reward for the efforts of a video game character.
Yeah. And I mean, I am so glad that we've reached a point in technology where we can finally have block puzzles in full 3D.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I
I
want my
mean,
block puzzles as realistic as possible.
I know the first time I moved a block in The Legend of Zelda to open a door, I thought to myself, man, how cool would it be if I was moving blocks, but like in 3D?
Yeah. Yeah.
And not just regular 3D, I mean 3D.
The real stuff. Okay, I think I see what I need to do. I have to push this block onto the elevator. Push the elevator up. This was the switch I found earlier, by the way.
I see.
And then I can get that other block. Because blocks are the best reward.
The only reward.
Go up some stairs. Throw that block down there, why not?
Right, because now you gotta open that gate again. Or maybe you need to move it over that one. No, I don't think I'll need to do that. I think it's gonna be high enough.
Do I need to be doing anything? Yeah, I don't need that, do I?
The only thing I think is maybe putting it on top of the button again. I'm
Yeah,
not sure how much. Oh yeah, because you need to hit the.
I do need to hit
Well,
the
now you-
thing. I have to have
But
a
you'll
good
want to-
angle. I think
but
if
you
I'm
want to be up.
directly underneath it might be okay.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, because it's not like it's inside the wall. It's like directly above that area.
Yeah. Okay, good. And hey, we found a direction to go.
Wow, look at this. Super progress again.
Got a troll down there. It's really awkward having to look down. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I guess it's really weird when you look away and you have your character's face just there, like, oh, by the way, this is where your character is.
Yeah. I'm glad it's there because she'd be way too easy to lose otherwise. but it's also not something they should really have to compensate for.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Okay. I want that treasure chest if I can get it. Nope. Alright, so now what?
Yeah, what can this block do for you? There's
Lazy block.
there's a switch right above that door.
Oh, okay. Maybe I need the block to get a good... Oh, I don't need it to get a good angle on the switch.
You're in a 3D environment.
Yeah, I can go anywhere. Anywhere I please. Except through that door. Okay, ominous.
Yeah, looks like you're somewhere very important now.
It's clearly a mini-boss arena. Yeah, there it is.
Holy crap.
Oh, we're locked in a room with
that's a go.
enemies.
Oh man, it's our favorite thing!
Oh, and the walls are closing in. Brutal.
Okay, that does make it a little more interesting.
Except I can maybe bait these guys to kill themselves.
Maybe if they don't kill you first.
Ooh,
Like
rupees.
so.
Yeah, they sure
Then
did.
they die.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm almost not sure. Like, is it better to kill them or let them kill themselves?
Well, yeah, I guess I'm on the clock.
Yeah, and you
It's
get
fine.
different ways of enemies to deal with.
Right. I can't skip the rupees.
But you want all the rupees you can get.
Exactly. This guy. I don't have time for this guy. Get out of the middle, guy. And I'm dead.
So you just had to get to that last wave and it'll retract.
Yeah, that seems likely. There's certainly not time for a fourth wave.
Well, no, like as soon as that guy died, like it started retracting again.
Oh, yep. Good point. I was there.
It's
too.
just unfortunately
Totally
you
paying
died
attention.
too.
Yes, double KOs are always tragic.
I imagine for you playing in like a virtual reality, it makes it harder for you to see things that are on the periphery of the screen, right?
I would expect so. Oh, come on.
Because I know, like I noticed that switch on the top of the door that you didn't notice. I just figured, maybe
Yeah.
having a screen so close to your face like that, it makes it harder to notice things in the corner of your eye there.
Yeah, it does seem to. I'm very focused on the center of the screen for sure. Well, it's possible the rupees are not priority one.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even have anything to spend them on yet.
Well, there was that move tutor.
Oh, that's right, but that's like all the way back there. And this episode's not lasting long enough to mess with that stuff.
No, it's not. It's not going to last much past the store. How far in are we?
I'm not really sure. I know we've been probably about 35 minutes now.
Okay, so yeah, probably once we see what's on the other side of that key door, maybe that's how we call it quits. Some games actually give you a real-time clock in the pause menu, or I actually saw one game with a clock just kind of there. Man, that was stressful. And that's nice, so you can see what time it is without taking your headset off.
Right. Yeah, that's something you definitely want to have where you can't just, look down at your watch.
Oh, the key is on her hip. It's on her belt. That's amazing.
Oh, wow. That's the best.
Oh dear.
You went for the rubies and died for it.
I regret nothing.
See, now here's an interesting thing where, you're trying to figure out, where those fires are going to fall. And does the virtual reality help with you figuring out where the fire is going? Or is that, no use at all?
It's mildly helpful. It's really... The best comparison is 3DS.
Right.
It gives you about the same level of depth perception. Oh, I can't make that jump. Add that to the Gamehiker FAQ of ways games will kill you.
not being able to clearly see how far you can jump. It looks like you can go from
Yeah, I'd have to get that rupee and then come all the way around again.
yeah, or just not care about the rupee. I mean, it's also an option. I mean, especially since we're not continuing much further in this game anyway.
True. And we're not even playing as Tingle.
Yeah, this is Tingle. Like you couldn't skip the rupee, but we're just some cute troll girl.
Yeah.
Who honestly isn't actually that cute. If we want to be completely honest.
That's racist against trolls. Let's see a way out of this room.
Yeah, I guess we gotta take that key back to a door that we missed, but I don't remember seeing a door with a key.
I do. It was a while back. That's not the map button. Way down there.
No.
A whole 2 rooms away.
That seems pretty far. I guess we better go see what's behind that door before we give it up.
Right. Could be an awesome boss fight.
An awesome virtual reality boss fight.
That's true. If they don't do something amazing with VR for the boss fight, then why are they developing games? How do I do the thing?
Can you use it to jump up that platform, that block?
Oh yeah, you're right. I have some kind of mental block when it comes to pushing blocks around to jump on. I guess I'm not thinking of this as a game that has jumping because it's a Zelda clone.
Yeah, I know. Like the whole thing of moving blocks to jump is more of a Mario thing.
Right.
Like I guess can't see Link ever putting a block somewhere just so he can jump off it and hit something.
Right. Yeah, he'd never do that. Well, it's like just a regular room. Or is it? I can be better
Oh, yay! Another gauntlet fight. This was well worth it.
Oh, yeah. And to think we could have ended the episode by now.
Oh, that would have been a complete waste. A complete waste.
Out of here.
Mr. Bow Guy needs to go away.
Yeah, he is enemy number 1 right now. Watch, I kill him and 2 of his friends spawn.
That is the way of things.
Bow guys are very spiteful about their death. I love how no, the troll is smashing the slimes for me. That was pretty great.
That is great. I love when enemies can damage each other.
Yeah.
Or they can be harmed by, stage hazards, like with the trap that was gonna crush as it crushed them too.
Wish there was enemy knockback too. I could be slamming these bitches into the lava.
Oh yeah, like I remember that being one of the best things in Link to the Past. Is like
Right.
you're like the very first palace, you're with the soldiers, and like the moment you see that you can knock them down into a hole
That's great.
is an amazing moment.
Yeah, then you realize the hook shot does no damage but knockback. It's just designed for throwing guys in holes.
Absolutely. What about the slime balls?
They're just here to harass me while I fight a troll, as far as I can tell.
Yeah. And now they're kind of pointless because the troll's already dead.
Yep. I'm onto their game, slime balls. Earthrealm, the Forgotten Woods. Am I...
Oh, it made it to a different area that looks so much different than where we were at before.
Completely different place. Now, see, this is where I'd want an obelisk for fast travel. On the other side of the dungeon. Although I unlocked a really quick path out, too. So
Still, I mean, like, here you are outside the dungeon, you should have an obelisk.
Right. So I just go straight into another dungeon. And I guess this is a very large dungeon. Okay.
All right,
so,
well, I think this is
yeah,
a good place to quit
I'd say so.
and share our thoughts.
Yeah. Okay. So this sure was a Zelda clone. It was a VR experience. Um,
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of just playing it. I mean, it's a perfectly serviceable Zelda clone. It's that doesn't play perfectly, but it certainly plays better than a lot of the other ones we've messed around with.
yep, yep. There's uh, there's worse Zelda clones you could play.
Yeah.
Um,
If I had to compare it to any Zelda game, I would compare it to Skyward Sword, and not just because of the clunky controls that detract from the game, but also the fact that there is no overworld. You're just
no
constantly
overworld,
dungeon scrolling.
right? And it's overly reliant on a hardware gimmick. It
Yeah.
didn't actually add very much to the game.
Yeah, and the game is constantly reminding us that the batteries in our Wii remote is dying.
Yeah, and yeah, I think that sums it up. It's a competent Zelda clone. Um, I agree. The lack of overworld is kind of sad. That's always my favorite part because that makes the games nominally non-linear. If nothing else, you have freedom of doing side quests and things, or just exploring on your own volition
Yeah.
when the Zelda games let you. Um, as a
And
VR
it's
experience, I'm not impressed. I think the VR hampers the gameplay a little bit in this case. Um,
yeah, it does nothing to enhance it. I mean, sure,
yeah,
it's cool to be able to look around the environment instead of just wondering, oh, I wonder what's behind the camera.
right,
Well, we're able to look behind the camera, and it's actually not that impressive.
right, exactly. They could do this with a fixed camera in 3DS, and you have just as good of experience with the 3D. Um, or you could do it in 2D with a controller. Everything would be fine.
Yeah, I mean, this 3D doesn't really add anything to the game, so
Right.
it's they made this game, and for some reason, I don't know what the whole backstory behind this all this was, but they decided to put it on the Oculus Rift instead of releasing it for a more general audience, where I think it would have done a whole lot better.
Probably. Probably. Yeah. I've been far more impressed by VR games that I've played before this. So,
Well, I feel like it's been a while, but hey, we ran into a game we don't like.
yeah, that's good. We've
Yeah,
been far too accommodating of games these days. And I'm comfortable to say this is like a thumb maybe 45 degrees away from down, like this.
right.
You can't see my thumb. If this is a proper VR game, my hands would be on the screen. But this angle. This angle.
Yeah, and I would have to say that I can't, tilt the camera anyway to let people know where my thumb is
Tell me when to
going.
stop.
No, keep going, keep going, keep going,
Going.
keep
All
going,
right, I'm
keep
gonna
going,
fall into my chair
keep
if I go
going,
any further.
keep going, keep going.
This is the best I can give you.
All right, I guess
So we're
that's
back
the
over
best.
here then.
That's the best that you could give me, and that's about the best the game could give me. So I think that's appropriate. Although I was hoping you would fall over doing that.
Yeah, I'd probably land on the cat, and that would just go poorly for everyone. Okay, so this was Gamehater reviewing, what was this called? Herobound something or other.
Herobound, Spirit Champion.
Thank you. And we hate this game, and we're going to bed. Good night.
Good night.